Hi everyone, before we start glazing, I want us to understand how the glazes work. So we have 12 different colors of glazes, and this is what they will look like after they have gone into the kiln. You will see that there is a number on each of the examples. That is to tell you which bottle to take the glaze from. Because, for example, this is glaze number 1. Even though it looks like this in the bottle, it turns into this after it has gone into the kiln. So when you're picking your colors, I want you to pick from this, from all of the different little circles, instead of what it looks like in the bottle. The other thing that I want you to understand is that you have to put a couple different layers of glaze down of the same color. This is what it looks like when you paint one layer of that glaze down. This is what it looks like if you add a second layer of that glaze right on top of it. That looks pretty good. This one, the first one, looks much lighter. And then lastly, if you put a third layer of the glaze on top of it, it will look the darkest. So you should put at least 2 or 3 layers of glazes down in order to get a nice dark color. So you'll brush it on, let it dry, brush it on at least once more. Hello, first grade. I hope that you are excited to glaze your tacos. So they have gone into the kiln once so far, and you're gonna notice that they are much harder. They feel much different now that they have gone into the kiln. The color has also changed to this whiter color. That's how you know that they have gone into the kiln once. So it's time to glaze them, which I hope that you're excited about. In order to do this, you'll of course have your project. I have a metal paint palette. That's what we're going to put our glazes onto. I do have a brush, a paper towel, and a cup of water. So once you have picked what colors you want to use, you are going to grab the bottle. All right. And then you don't need much. We don't want to waste these glazes. You're gonna squeeze a little bit of your color into the paint palette just like this. I'm going to use this yellow color for my taco shell. So when you are glazing, when you are glazing, you want to put some of the glaze onto your brush just like you would with paint, and then you want to brush it on really carefully. Now remember, we want to brush it all on, let it dry, and then brush it all on again. If you have time, you can do a third layer as well. You're going to notice that the glazes dry really quickly. So it's not going to be too bad. You're not going to have to wait long in order to put that second coat or that second layer of glaze on. Now this is also really important. When it's time for you to switch to a different color, you do want to clean your brush off in your water cup, but we don't want to add too much extra water to our glazes. So make sure that you dry off the bristles of your brush. I'm going to go ahead and get my entire taco covered with glazes, and I'll check back in with you in just a moment. All right, first grade, I have glazed my clay taco. You can see I never took all too much of a glaze. You want to make sure that you're not wasting. I also want you to notice, and you'll see when you're doing this yourself, painting or glazing something that's a sculpture is really different and also a little bit harder than painting on a flat piece of paper. So just do the best that you can. Try and work neatly. I am giving you a smaller brush than usual in order to do this. All right, so when you are done, when everybody is done with glazing, I will be putting these back into the kiln so the colors can get a little bit darker and the glazes will turn nice and shiny. I can't wait to see how they turn out, and I hope that you're excited too. Great job, everybody.